Hey everyone, this is Advanced Campaign mod. You can see it in the corner here, and you guys seem to really like that one, so I'm doing a follow-up. I'm not going to show the campaign because it's the same thing but new units, so nothing too interesting. So 3 months ago, I don't think this was here. You couldn't do this before, and really what the advanced campaign was Soulstorm but with better AI, and that's if you read the article when you download it, it just says, better, they fixed all the bugs and it had better AI. So campaign is probably harder with the better AI. But what I want to show off is actually the computer matches. Now, I did like 2 matches with each faction. I only have 3 here because let's see. Orcs, as far as I can tell, no changes, so I didn't record any of them. And the other ones are just messed up. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the update was. I didn't read every patch note, but Necrons is pretty messed up. Sisters, their pathing is like really messed up. Tau just straight up doesn't even work. I can put it on the hardest difficulty, and they will not move a muscle. You can do whatever you want to them. So yeah, the Tau straight up does not have an AI from testing. So when I say I tested everything, really all it is these 3. Orcs still seem strong. Because it takes forever to make an army, orcs can outnumber you pretty quick and take over pretty fast. So the 1v1s, I can show you like a couple seconds, I guess. They weren't anything interesting. Basically, the moment I went level 2, I won. So, as you can see, the computer is a little bit better. I think in Soulstorm, they wouldn't do this until like the 12th second or something like that. Like right now, they would put this building down if it was Soulstorm. So the AI is a little bit better. And I'll fast forward it because really nothing interesting happens. It is playing pretty much standard. These guardsmen are a lot cheaper than in Soulstorm, so you can get away with 3 squads pretty easily. I did find out in testing, guardsmen are they're actually worse in this mod, which explains why they're cheaper. They get one-shotted by anything. Now they are lasting a while because it is guardsman versus guardsman, but if it's anything else, they get one-shotted. So yeah, guardsmen are like an absolute joke. And I did find out Space Marines are just ridiculous. 1 squad of Space Marine can just take out like anything. So Space Marines are just absolutely ridiculous. Commanders are pretty much the same. You'll see here in a second, I just randomly get the hammer. This is probably a bug. Yeah, it just switches back and forth between the hammer. I have no idea what's up with that. And I do almost lose my commander, because I figured these guardsmen are doing no damage. I figured I'd be able to win this fight, but I almost do. I also found out listening posts die in like 2 seconds to pretty much anything. So listening posts are just not intimidating at all. Yeah, once you hit level 2, you can just steamroll pretty much everything. So yeah, the AI is a little bit more interesting, but that's what they said a lot in the mod. That was like on the front page. So I'm hoping it's interesting. But they don't leave like this part of the map. You think they would go over here, but they don't. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's really iffy. After that, I just kind of steamroll them. So that's pretty much the end of that one. Chaos is a little bit more fun. Chaos, you can really swarm the map and make raptors, and raptors are a huge pain for anyone to deal with. So you can just raptor everything.
We follow you, great champion.
So yeah, I'll fast forward this one because nothing crazy happens. Very expensive opening from orcs.
We shall make a stand here.
And orcs seem a lot more fragile, from what I can tell. So orcs are not a big deal. It's really the, I forget what my army died to, but I had some orcs kill my army.
We shall make a stand here.
So yeah, these orcs are just not a problem. They died to
Ready to fight.
a couple raptors, and my raptors are just they're fine. Oh, he's actually healing the listening post. Interesting. I think the Soulstorm one did that too, but it was really inconsistent. So yeah, a bigger army over here.
We are ready to fight.
You know, listening post goes down in like a second. These two squads end up killing the big mech, which I don't think would happen in Soulstorm. Which goes to show you that Chaos got a pretty big buff. Basically every Space Marine is like twice as strong as it used to be. And I think I did Guard. I can't remember if I showed you or not. Guard is pretty fun. Their new units don't do a lot, but they're pretty fun. I think I was eating when I did this, so I was really sloppy. Yeah, Guard is basically the same. The new units are kind of overpriced. The mortar team was a lot worse than I thought it'd be. Yeah, you think getting hit by a mortar would hurt, but I guess not. They do figure it out after a bit, so. Yeah, it seems like the Chaos likes to go cultist spam, which is fine. Yeah, basically my entire army would lose to 2 squads of Space Marines. So here's a pretty big fight here. This squad here gets focused. I had to use them as like a shield. And then I steamroll basically the rest of the game. Well, actually I lose this fight here, which is weird. I won the fight with the Chaos Lord, but I lost this fight with the one squad of Space Marines. So I'm not sure why I beat the Chaos Lord, but not these Space Marines. And then I steamroll, pretty sure. Once you hit level 2, you basically win. So that's the end of that one. What's really interesting is the 3v3. Because of the better AI, the team games are a lot more interesting. Sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they're not. It's kind of all over the place. Like in Soulstorm, they would often suicide their commanders, which makes beating the Soulstorm computer pretty easy. And they would often never use the abilities, which is another reason why the Soulstorm computer is pretty easy to beat. But so they do the usual.
Scouts reporting.
They capture their points. They're actually using the forced labor ability. They start out with full health, and now they have 170.
Defending objective.
So
Position secure.
they are using the forced labor ability. So what's interesting is Space Marines captured this, which is something you don't see too often. And also there's 2 relics here. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I command in the name of the Emperor.
There's actually 2 relics here. So I'm not sure if this was the original map before Soulstorm or something changed. Oh yeah, scouts do like double damage. I was able to kill 2 orcs with just by shooting them. So scouts do like double damage. It's kind of crazy.
In position. Scouts awaiting.
I do like the new art. New art's nice. But yeah, scouts beat these guys.
Position secure.
And I got my guardsmen. Space Marines with guardsmen is a lot of fun. And I found out you can attach your commander to guardsmen. So you could put your force commander with guardsmen, which is pretty cool. For some reason, you can get grenades without anything. You can just start the game out and just have grenades. So grenade launchers on these guys. If they give it to me right away, I might as well use it. I'm guessing they gave them grenades at the start because one squad of Space Marine would just tear right through this. So I guess to balance it out, they gave them grenades right away. Like if a squad of Space Marines, one squad of Space Marines would show up at my base, there's pretty much no way for me to kill it. Nothing in my army would be able to kill it. So this is a pretty interesting fight. It's Space Marines with 2 scouts, 1 squad of Space Marines, Force Commander, which is a pretty decent army. And then you got a bunch of scouts here, or cultists. You got a bunch of cultists here, and I think there's a Chaos Lord here. And then you got the Raptors and the Chaos Marines. It sounds like an even fight, but looks like Space Marines lost that pretty hard. Let's see. No, I don't think the cultist got reinforced. Yeah, cultist doesn't seem it wasn't reinforced or anything. But it does look like it does look like the scouts weren't really fighting. They were just kind of running around in circles. So maybe that's what it was. As you saw, the scouts was able to beat orcs. So I figured the scouts would be able to beat this. But who knows? I'm doing an economy boom because you kind of have to. Every Space Marine costs like everything that I have. So I pretty much have to do economy boom to buy anything. see. They got the veteran invisibility upgrade. I think in Soulstorm they just never buy it. So that's pretty new, I think. Not sure why they're building over here, but oh well. Bit of inactivity. Let's see if they're going level 2 or not. Not quite. Now if I remember in vanilla, these actually don't change shape when they're upgraded. So these honestly could be upgraded. Oh no, I was just proven wrong. Okay, they do have the Soulstorm. In vanilla, they don't change shape, but in Soulstorm they do. So that's interesting. This is a vanilla heavy mod, because you don't have land speeders, you don't have hell talons, you don't have any of that. And again, the Tau AI just straight up doesn't work. So I went to go scout with my veterans, which is my level 2 unit, and they decided to send everything against me. They actually joined forces, which was interesting. I am grenading him down, but I don't think I got any kills. Yeah, I don't think I got any kills from grenading him. It's hard to tell. My listening posts died to cultists. So yeah, listening posts are kind of a joke. They do the same damage. They can kill Space Marines eventually. My Force Commander died like instantly. Yeah, these listening posts do the same amount of damage, but they die to like anything. See, this is what I mean by commanders, the computer sending in their commanders, like suiciding them. You don't see that as much from my testing, but in Soulstorm they would do that all the time. Just run their commanders right into the turrets. I do end up losing this ground. Like I said, it takes forever to build an army. I only have one real squad, and that's it. Yeah, Peel Guard trying to do some damage. Another kind of a suicide there, just throwing away their commander. They don't do it. It's probably because they're in range. These two factions are in range of each other. That's probably why they're doing it, if I had to guess. This is another fight that they should lose. Chaplain's out. I actually use the Commissar ability. You don't see that too often. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if you can attach a healer to a guardsman, and as you can see, you can. Yeah, because Space Marines are insane in this mod, I decided to go with a chaplain, trying to keep them healthy. I figured that'd be the better way to go. I usually go Librarian, because Librarian is really good at getting kills. But I figure that Chaplain is a lot better in this mod, keeping your army healthy. And even with Space Marines having like double health and double damage and everything, the Chaplain can still heal them pretty fast. So that's nice. Yeah, the AI is a lot better, but I think it's just because they're in range of each other. I think if they weren't so close, they would actually be smart. They normally, in my testing, they would do pretty smart stuff. So I think it's only because they're in range of each other. Upgraded the cultists, so that's interesting. Heavy weapon team in a good spot, honestly. In Soulstorm, they would make the heavy weapon team, but he would never go down like that. Uses like deploy ability. So it's already a pretty big improvement. This is honestly a pretty good spot. I decided to try again once I have my Havocs. Or not my Havocs, my Devastators. Devastators are a bunch of dudes with heavy bolters. And even with a squad of heavy bolters, I still get my butt kicked. Chaplain's healing them, but even with the heal, it's pretty nasty. After all that time has passed, I only have 3 squads. It's not looking great for me. Guardsmen coming in as support. You gotta need at least one squad of guardsmen for support, because it's the only unit you can really afford. This squad of Devastators was more expensive than the Chaplain, which makes sense. They're doing a lot of work. Using the Rhino to just be annoying, and the Rhino is already half health from I think one squad of shoot. I think there's one squad shooting at it, and it's already at half health. So the Rhino just definitely isn't as invincible as it used to be. Knobs and Champions running around the other. Mega Knobs at 12 minutes isn't bad, honestly. It's pretty good. It's using the speed boost ability for some reason. There's the Havocs. They're very pricey. So these guys are not... Oh, they're tank busters. They look... Havocs and tank busters look a lot alike. Oh, there's a fight over here. Vehicles... Plasma. That's pretty good. Guardsman of Plasma. Plasma is pretty much the only way Guardsmen can win. It like triples their damage. Yeah, it's pretty much their only way to win. The vehicles are taking the hit. It's a pretty nice attack. 2 heavy weapon team. Upgraded too, nice. Using the Commissar ability, very nice. Interesting that he's focusing the barracks, which is something I would do. He's going for the barracks. Oh. I guess that's the only thing he can do. I thought these were up, but they were destroyed. These buildings go down so quickly. It was at half health and then it just like disappeared. Sentinels are way more fragile. These horrors just like looked at the Sentinel and it died. So it seems like vehicles as a whole are a lot more fragile. I guess that's why you can make like any amount of vehicles you want. You can make like 10 Predators, and I think that's because they're a lot more fragile. I think they do the same amount of damage. They're just way easier to kill. And his HQ is already down from, I guess, just a defiler. There's no way these flamethrowers are doing that much damage. Knob's killing the tanks, the Hellhounds. Is that with claws or with... No, it's without claws. I think the Hellhound was at full health too, and it's already almost gone. That's another reason why I didn't go heavy on vehicles. One, I couldn't afford them. and two, see these two squads of Space Marines just took out this. Oh, I'm about to. But you see how quickly these go down. Yeah, they go down very, very quickly. I am level 3, but I don't have any of the upgrades. I didn't buy anything from the armory. I made the armory so I can make heavy bolters, but that was it. Using the Rhino to just tank damage, and it looks like it died from a banner. And this turret over here. Yeah, Rhinos don't seem to be as strong as they used to be, which is fine. Orbital strike here. Interesting that the truck moves back. I don't know if it did that before. But yeah, I'm basically using all my abilities here to try to win this fight. Now in this mod you can make as many Terminators as you want. So I have like 4 or 5 squads of Terminators, which as you can see, like one-shot this tank or this war truck. My bad. But yeah, they like one-shot the war truck. I think some of my scouts are alive. If I would have gotten rid of the scouts, I could have like 5 squads of Terminators. I did upgrade my Devastators with the new weapon, the plasma cannon. Plasma cannon's pretty good. If it shoots at this HQ, it does like 8%, I think, which isn't bad. You'll see it here. It does like 8%. So that's not bad. Terminator's over here. I just put them here for vision. I want to see if these are upgraded or not. It does seem like the computer upgrades their listening posts quite often. And this thing goes down super quickly. I know it's my full army here, but a lot of them aren't. They're not in full, like half of them are shooting and half of them are getting ready to shoot. So I wasn't even like full power. So yeah, it took what 18 minutes to have like 3 squads. So yeah, it takes absolutely forever to make an army. I got another squad of Terminators here. So you can see this is the shooting one. The shooting Terminators. And I got another shooting Terminator over here. So I got 2 of them. And I got the punching Terminators here. So yeah, vehicles seem to be super fragile. And guardsmen seem to be... The only advantage guardsmen seem to have is... it's a lot easier to make an army with them versus Space Marines, where you kind of have to do an economy boom to do anything. Like I went full economy boom, and I still only had like 3 squads. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't test out. I didn't fight the sisters. I didn't fight Necrons. I didn't fight any of them because I just knew they were bugged. But this was pretty cool. They actually upgraded everything. They did a pretty good job. Even in Ultimate Apocalypse, the computer doesn't upgrade their stuff. So this is actually pretty good AI. So yeah, it's pretty solid. I like it. Another thing I want to show off is the skins. If you got tired of the colors, there's a lot more variety now. You can be Alpha Legion. You can be the chapters. I think Astral Claws is a Space Wolf chapter. Avenging Suns. I'm pretty sure Avenging Suns is either Ultramarines or Black Templars. A lot of Black Templar stuff. So yeah, just miles and miles and miles of this stuff. You can be the Sons of Horus. Sons of Horus before the Heresy were the Luna Wolves. So really this should be Luna Wolves. Are Luna Wolves in here? No, it doesn't look like. Oh, here we go. Laminators? That's kind of funny. Oh, there's Luna Wolves. So yeah, whoever made this mod was huge nerd. They knew like all the colors to every faction. Very detailed. I think even in Ultimate Apocalypse it's not this long. So very, very detailed. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I been playing around. It's pretty fun. I'm pretty sure if I played on a bigger map, the computer would be smarter. It would be more tactical. But I think it's just because they're right next to each other that they just fought all the time. So yeah, I think that's the end of it. I really enjoyed it. The sword just randomly becomes a hammer. But yeah, oh yeah, another thing about Space Marines. At level 2, they just get Casticans, which is weird. It's Casticans without upgrades, but it's still weird that they just, you know, Guard has to go level 3 and buy the barracks and all that, and Space Marines just have Casticans. So yeah, it seems like if you want to win at all, you have to play Space Marines or Chaos. Even though it takes forever to make an army, they seem to be the only ones that are viable. The rest of them really don't seem viable, honestly. Well, actually, Necrons might be stronger, because I remember in Dark Crusade they got nerfed like 3 times. So maybe it's pre-nerf. It might be pre-nerf Necrons. But it's hard to tell because all the Space Marines are like double damage. So yeah, that's some fights I recorded. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Pretty fun mod. I'm probably gonna put more Titanium mod because the story mode for that is super fun. I will do Crucible story mode one day again. It's just Crucible mode is a lot. Crucible mod. The Crucible mod is a lot more complicated. So doing story mode of that's a lot harder. I think that's everything. There might be other stuff I missed, but that's what I found so far. Thanks for watching.